What is up, world? This is BakermanBrad, and I've got another first look for you. This time we're going to be checking out NavyField 2, game brought to us by Nexon America, and what we've got here is basically your realistic version of Battleship, or Pirates of the Caribbean based on the cloud coverage there. And what you've got is me in the little corner here, and the little green guy, yeah, and my allies right there in blue, and obviously all your enemies are going to be red. However, I'm not going to be spending a lot of time looking at me, okay? The whole idea of this game is to be watching where out there in the open water, where your enemies are, where the islands are, all of the objectives that you got to take over. It really adds a very unique perspective to the game, where a lot of times you're more focused on the view from where your character is looking, or over the shoulder. This game allows you to have a completely different aspect on it, which there's several out there like it, but the cool thing is you've got to be watching out for your range. How far away can you be while shooting someone without getting shot? And I really thought that was interesting. This entire time, whenever someone finally comes out of the water, see, okay, yeah, he's too far. Here we go. Let's see if I can reach these guys. And no, he's not. Just far enough away to be saved, and I think he sensed it. But one of the cool things about this is, depending on the range and the weapons you have, it'll have either a lobbed shell, or a straight shot, or torpedoes and mines. And what that's going to do, oh, this guy's going to get out. Awesome. It's close enough. Sweet. If you notice on the bottom right, you've actually got a damage counter showing how much damage you're actually doing per shot. But anyways, back to what I was saying. The weapons and shells and all that really affect where they're being shot at on the enemy. So when you're in the shipyard, you want to make sure you've actually equipped the armor for all three: your deck, your belt, and the bulge. And so what you've got to worry about is which weapon is being used against you. The deck, for lobbed long-range items, they actually can damage the top of your ship, and if you don't have a whole bunch of armor on it, well, you're out of luck. Same with torpedoes. If you go into battle and there's a whole bunch of guys with torpedoes, or you find out later that there's a lot of guys with torpedoes, or submarines, which they'll be later on. Yeah, submarines. I don't even know how that's supposed to go. You got sonar and a whole bunch of other things like that, but that just scares me a little bit. That'd be awesome in a whole terrifying way. But that makes you want to choose the correct weapon, and in each ship you bring, you've got 3 ships you can choose from. Later on, I'll show you whenever I go to one of the islands to change out, you actually can choose which weapons or which ship you're using. So if you go into a battle and you see that you're lobbing your best weapon at some guy and it's hitting on top of their ship and it doesn't even phase them, you need to go back and switch to one that maybe has a torpedo and try the bottom. And if that doesn't work, well, you're just going to have to team up with a bunch of guys and go for it. But that's another aspect of this game, is if one-on-one, there's some ships that can just, oh yeah! Once you have control of the island, I'm going to talk about that real quick, you can actually do airstrikes, but only the captain of the fleet can do that. So not me, but whoever it is that on the team is the highest rank or anything like that, they can go to islands and bombard the enemy at areas. So that's why the islands are so important. But right here, this is getting nice. We got a lot of people here, and that's the whole point. The guy out there in front, I'm kind of hoping he's got a lot of armor, because he doesn't. Yeah, so he's a perfect example of one of the things that you do not want to do in this game. You do not want to float into the open water against 3 other ships, because they will tear you apart. The whole point of this game is to be strategic in your positioning and run away from people with bigger guns, like these guys. Especially right now, I'm only like a level 5, and everyone else in the match is like 12, 13, 15, just a couple of 30s in here. And what that's going to allow people to do is refit larger weapons, or let's see there, yeah, 23. I'm just getting demolished. I need to get back to the island. Oh my goodness. So if I make it back to the island and don't die, I'll be able to change my ship out. Oh, thank goodness. Please don't. No. No. Oh, goodness. I don't like this. If I can make it to the island, I can change out my ship and get my stronger one out and hopefully not die right now. But this guy actually will be able to be repaired. There we go. So that's one of the cool things. When you get to an island, you can change between the 3 ships you have. You're not stuck with one at any point in time. Unless, of course, you lose 2 and all you've got left is 1. But real quick, right-click on this guy right here, and then change your unit, and you can choose which ship you have there. So I'm going to get the Indiana out, because he's my toughest guy. and then we'll get back into the fight. So whenever I go out here, like when I got close and I right-clicked him, I was obviously sending more troops in, but I didn't need to. That's my guy. So now what I meant by toughest ship that I've got is my damage that I can take with the Indiana is significantly higher than all the other ships that I have. So that speaks to another part of the strategy involved in this game. You've got to be aware of which weapons do the most damage and which ships take the most damage, and that's kind of where I'm at right now. My Brooklyn, he was able to deal a lot of damage, but can't really take very much. The Indiana is kind of well balanced, can take a lot more, can do a lot more. So let's see what we can do here. Now each weapon, you can actually change a lot of the settings on. Either, you know, it's a lob, more of a lob shot, or less of a lob, and angles, and a whole bunch of cool little things like that. I'm not very good at that yet, so I'm not going to mess with it too much beyond the previous setting, but as you get more involved, it really changes up another aspect. You can actually, if you're shooting one weapon straight at the side, you can change the elevation a little bit of other weapons. And like I was saying, you can damage the deck, or the side, or the bulge, and all those other things like that. So it has a lot of little things in this game you've got to be aware of. And I've said that several times, and that I just want to emphasize that point. It is completely complex, but at the same time, floating around in the water, you yourself, the boat, isn't really doing that much. All the complexity is out in the open water where you're watching the other enemies or trying to lead their shot right, and all those little things make it that much more entertaining to just float around on a boat. Because if that was it, if I was just swimming in a straight line and then, okay, yeah, I'd be bored to death. So now we're back to the island. We've got 3 guys again. We've got 4 guys and one way off over there. Let's see if I can get a kill or sink his ship. I'm really glad that whenever a ship goes down, it doesn't go, "You sank my battleship," because I would take this game seriously at all if they did that. But this guy up here is now in trouble. He's by himself, and there's 3 of us trying to kill him. So, like our guy, who's out in the middle, the difference is he has no support. However, I think he may have support coming up on the radar, so we gotta kill this guy quick, actually. So that's another thing. You may not be aware of someone shooting you until all of a sudden you see their shots come in, like I did, and realize that you're in a lot of trouble when you thought you had the advantage. It's a situation. Oh, torpedoes. There you go. See, right by my ship. Oh, goodness. Get away, get away, get away, get away. Awesome. I made it. Let's see if I can get this. Oh, this might be it. Hang on. Yes. There's a little aid there. He popped up to tell me I killed him. So, that's another good thing. Whenever you see someone actually get sank, if you were the one who sunk him, it'll tell you. He'll pop up on the side. Hey, you got him. Oh, my goodness. This guy is shooting. Where is he shooting me from? Well, okay, that's why. Level 32. I don't feel bad. I don't feel bad anymore because he's the behemoth on the other team. Anyways, now that guy is sunk, I only have 2 to choose from. And the one, see? Aha, repairing. Anyways, let's get this guy out here. I actually have torpedoes with this guy, and I think we're winning too. Because another aspect of the game is not just, free-for-all deathmatch, but you're actually trying to control the most amount of the islands. And if you look at the top of the screen, you'll see our bar is going up a lot faster than theirs is, because we have control of 2 more islands, I think. So that's another thing. If you can win by destroying everyone, or by taking over and controlling the most of the map. Let's get over here and see if I can help finish off this island up here, because all of our guys are there and none of theirs are. That'd be awesome. Get a kill and a win? Yes. So let's get out here. If you notice, also, the 2 green lines coming off of my ship, while I'm looking at me, they're going in different directions. When you click on someone to aim, it'll swing both of those around, and sometimes you'll shoot only one of your weapons. And if you notice all of the little green dots by your cursor, that's how many shots you can actually use. So there you go, see 2. Let's see if I can get close enough to hit this guy, though, keep him away from our guys. That's another part. Sometimes the goal isn't to join in on the island, but to rush someone and really just drop all of the bombs on them everywhere. We got like 90 more to go. Come on. We just gotta get rid of this guy. He killed one of our guys. Let's just get him. Going out. Ooh, almost got him killed too. I don't have to do anything. Yes! And the win. So while we're here, I'll let you know a little bit about the shipyard, captains, and all that. What we'll have to do is actually, now that I got an upgrade for a level up actually, for my captain and my officers, as you see there. I didn't get any items though. You can now go and distribute ability points in each of their respective areas. There's a weapons officer, a aviations, a specialty, support officer, and you can get more of them as you go. Let's hop out in the shipyard real quick. And hopefully when you're in battle, you don't get kicked out of the shipyard because they can turn that off and on. But there you go. Here's my captain's information, and I'm going to put a couple of skill points up and do the same with the officers, and that's going to affect different aspects of your fight. So always make sure to do that when you get a level up, and always know what you're going into battle with. But I'm going to go ahead and distribute all my ability points. Distribute all the points. And then I'm going to get back into a fight. But as for you guys, don't forget to hit that like button. Subscribe if you haven't. Keep an eye out for anything that James Blonde and Flames has for you, because they're going to always have something awesome. And with that, gamers, get to gaming. Especially if you like Battleship, because then you can, B5 your way to victory.